what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Kagan Dunlap channel. Today, I'm joined with my brother, Stuart, again. Today, we're going to review 12 Marine Corps recruiting commercials dating all the way back to the 1970s to just kind of give our opinions on it. There's some really good ones. There's some ones. And there's some that are very dated that are definitely like older. They're like some of the most iconic videos because a lot of people remember those recruiting videos whenever they were like coming up and they joined the Marine Corps or they were thinking about joining. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first video I think is from like the 1970s.
Sure, the United States Marine Reserve teaches you a lot, like how to take a beachhead, how to defend yourself. And did you know some Marines even get to drive tanks? Oh yes, after the 6-month training period, your weekend duty is always close to home. And like all good Marines, you're always on the ready. Think about joining up with the United States Marine Corps Reserve. We're looking for a few good men.
I know several gentlemen that would have worked on.
That is obviously very dated. It's like
dated.
Scooby-Doo level dated.
That's like Arlie Ermey's time.
When they were talking about securing a beachhead and he's like running up the shore in his little short shorts to lay down on the beach with his girlfriend. And then even the music, like they had the music that was like super 1970s feel.
I would have guessed it was like, if you didn't say the year on that, I would have said like, is that 50s or something? Because that really felt like I was watching what Captain America watched back in the 40s.
I'm pretty sure that was like 1970 something. But
because the car was looked like a Stingray Corvette.
Yeah, I think it was a Stingray Corvette. Anyway, this is the next one.
It is more than a trial by fire. It is a rite of passage. And if you can master
that's when he fights the dragon.
Why do I recognize this? Yeah, it is.
And never yield even to yourself. You will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Personally, we should bring that one back. That's
fighting
cool.
the dragon, and then all of a sudden he like holds his sword up and then absorbs the essence of the dragon into the sword, and all of a sudden he transforms into dress blue Bravos, I think it was.
They were on some shit back then, though. He was just playing real life Skyrim. That would have worked on me.
I think that was the 1980s, maybe early 90s. I don't remember exactly what the date is.
Slaying dragons in your dress blues sounds miserable, though.
I know a lot of people that think that's like the best commercial the Marine Corps has ever done. That's like their favorite recruiting commercial. If you saw that commercial and then you went and signed up in the Marine Corps like right after you saw that commercial, you're probably gonna be like, that's the best one because that's the one that got me to sign up.
What the hell? I'm already confused.
Oh my God.
Where is the guy who made this now?
That's a good question.
To compete, you've got to be strong. To win, you've got to be smart. Maybe you can be one of us, the few, the proud, the Marines.
I don't have any idea what that had anything to do with the Marine Corps. The entire thing is just like these dudes, knights that were like slaying other knights.
Part of my brain wants to be like, whoever made that has got to be unemployed right now. But then I'm like, I hope you got a job doing like something with Lord of the Rings or something that actually has anything to goddamn do with that. I don't know what that has to do with the Marines, but the creativity's there. So I hope you got a job doing something with Dungeons and Dragons, buddy.
Yeah, maybe they got a job with Dungeons and Dragons.
Whoever thought that one up on whatever ayahuasca trip they were on when that happened.
All right, here's another one.
Oh, we found it? Okay. Is that the very beginning?
Yeah.
It is a test, not just of strength, but of the
What is the
power
deal
of
with this? What is the deal with all this?
And if you complete the journey,
What happened in this day and age?
forever. The few, the proud,
What was going on in this day and age when this was like swords and dragons and lightning and what is going on?
This had to be in the 70s or the 80s.
They have like the ThunderCats and He-Man and Flash Gordon. Lightning and swords.
This is King Arthur. 80s.
And knights. Okay, this one's actually kind of sick.
This music.
The drums. The drums.
Once, there were a few proud men. Men of adventure. Men of courage. Men who knew the meaning of honor. There still are. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Bro, that is a very 80s noise. That sounds like that Top Gun.
If you go back and look at like all the anti-drug commercials that were going on at the time, and they all have that weird soundtrack, and it's all those
weird like synthesizer noises,
drums, and just weird noises. And then of course there's lots of lightning and graphics because you're some mythical adventurer. Like if you're a Marine, and like
that's so funny. This next one, number 6. I used to see this all the time, like during previews to movies in the movie theater. They used to play this exact commercial every single time.
So this one is from the early 2000s.
Or late 1990s, and they just used the same one, I think.
Passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Not as much lightning and swords.
It was a little bit more like intense, like showing like a guy climbing a cliff and like
supported with no gear.
But I used to see that in like movie theaters all the time, so it was interesting.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I recognize that one. That was a good one.
That's a good one, yeah, because they play that sound that plays every time Morning Colors starts in the morning when it's like... And
you're running to your room because you're like, I don't want to stand still.
But that's kind of interesting how they turned that into like a little jingle.
I recognize this one.
Yeah. I think early 2000s. Pretty good. Nobody's talking.
Didn't even say a damn word. No.
Nobody said it. Yeah, it's pretty good. You didn't have to say anything. This is one of my favorite ones, honestly, like just because of the way that they did this. It's the one where this statue that is in this video is actually in the Marine Corps Museum in Quantico, Virginia. The last time I was there was on the second floor, like in its own little spot, and you can see this statue. You can go up there and take pictures with it and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's just got like all these different battle scenes carved into it from all over the world.
Oh, I remember that.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself. Promises to one's community. Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
That was actually really cool.
Yeah, that was a really good one. They did a really good job with the animation and everything like that for that, because it's like like zooming around the entire statue, and like there's scenes from like every major battle or every major conflict that the Marine Corps participated in.
I saw Korea. I saw Vietnam.
Yeah, well, the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir was in there. That was what I was thinking of. You see the toppling of Saddam's statue in Iraq was there. Boxer Rebellion from China in there. They had some stuff from the Banana Wars. They had stuff from Bella Wood, obviously, stuff from World War II in the Pacific. There was a lot of stuff in there.
Recognize this one immediately.
Yeah, famous one.
Yeah, that was a real famous one. They just start running.
Everybody just running.
Everyone just running.
Move it!
I like this one because it's honest.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
That's a good one. I definitely would never want to go to recruit training ever again. I've done basically what's equivalent to boot camp twice now.
Yeah, I only did that once.
Because I had to go through recruit training, and then I had to go through officer candidate school, which is basically the same thing as recruit training just for officers. So I've done it twice now. So I'm good. I don't ever want to go back. I've had enough. But it is important because that's how you get everyone on the same page. You get everybody starting from square one, starting from the same spot. So that way we're all formed the same way. You need to have an indoctrination. You need to, because like it's a culture, and it's a culture shock for a lot of people that have never been in this type of an organization before.
That's really good because a lot of people go in and think that they've done one thing or another, or maybe things that they like, oh, I was in ROTC, I'm going to be treated better. No, you're not. You're going to be spat on and just treated like everybody
like everyone else. Yeah.
You are nothing just as much as everybody else is nothing.
Yeah, you're going to...
Until you know, make it through and they build you up. It's perfect. That's why I like that one a lot, is because it shows like every terrible creepy part of it, from the yellow footprints all the way through. I remember that being the worst day ever, but I mean, it was honest.
The worst part is for sure the first week.
The first week was the worst.
It's the worst part.
I remember
because
being
you're
delirious.
just waiting to get picked up for training, and you don't even have your actual drill instructors that you're going to be doing work with.
You're just getting screamed at by random dudes. You're sleep deprived, delirious, and you're eating food out of a box for like several days, getting hustled around like sheep. Roll your sleeves, and you're like, what?
And you don't.
How?
It's just not
figure it
fun.
out.
But it's not meant to be fun. It's like I said, it's meant to get everyone on the same page.
For a place, a people, an idea. For right and freedom.
The bee.
For liberty and justice for all. For every square inch between fruited plains and spacious skies. Marines fight to win. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Against all threats to progress and prosperity. Against all fears, excuses, and limitations trying to hold us back. We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. We win our nation's battles by outmatching the most demanding missions with those most willing to engage and most determined to defeat every adversary. We develop quality citizens who keep our core,
That's
our
cool.
country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won.
The thing where they talked about how we make better citizens than they were when they got here, like, and then they show a clip of a Marine that was stopping an armed robbery of a gas station or something like that.
That guy's a hero.
That should always be like the main intent of this, other than like fighting and winning nations' battles, is to produce quality citizens that can then go back out into the community and impact the nation in a positive way and impact their local communities in a positive way and set an example for people who didn't serve. So that way they can see like, hey, this is what a model citizen's supposed to be like. I think that was a very good commercial.
Oh, this that new shit.
Yeah, there's a newer one than
Searching
this.
for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion.
What the hell? Oh my god.
Offer another path where the battle to belong begins.
Corpse.
Awakened by a calling. United by purpose. Defined by the cause you fight for.
It's not about you! Work together to get over the hump!
No one can ever take away
You earned this, Marine.
what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
That was a pretty good one. Those are the top 12 that we're going to rate, but I also want to watch the newest one.
The future is threatened by enemies often unrelenting,
Marines, get these people out of here.
It's gonna be all right.
unexpected, and unpredictable.
Stay alert, Marines.
In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical.
Enemy drone down.
Because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater.
Sending coordinates now.
When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant. Marines.
It's getting kind of scary how advanced we're getting. It's
Yeah, they got
definitely
the
freaky
drones.
to think about drones, but like it doesn't motivate me to join as hard as like some of the other ones do.
I think the Marine Corps has done a really good job with commercials in general. Honestly, and maybe I'm just biased, like I think they always do a better job than every other branch with their commercials. They stick to the main purpose and they stick to the main goal of the Marine Corps, which is like why the Marine Corps exists.
Until we start getting like Halo type, Starfield type warfare going on, that's when Space Force is gonna get like real cool. But until until then, I think the Marines kind of take it for this one.
I'm sure that some of these commercials were bringing back memories for some of you. Let us know in the comments which one you thought was the best. I want to hear what the general consensus is. Do you like the 1970s one, or do you like the 1980s ones, or do you like the more up-to-date current age ones? We'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.
Bye.